Thanks for joining me today. Today we're gonna make a delicious sounding trim healthy mama dish. It's called jalapeno popper chicken casserole. So I love jalapenos, I love jalapeno poppers, I love chicken, and I love casserole. So this has gotta be good. So I've taken 2 cups of shredded chicken. I used chicken breast. All I did was boil it and shred it. And I forgot to take my cream cheese out to soften it. So since this chicken is still completely hot, I'm gonna put this cream cheese right over one side of it. And I'm just gonna cover the cream cheese with the other side of the chicken. And that will basically soften up this cream cheese. So we're just gonna kind of make a cream cheese little crusted chicken thing here. So we're just gonna let that soften up, and now we're gonna work on our jalapenos. So the recipe calls for 1/4 of a cup of chopped jalapenos. I'm actually gonna use a little bit more because I really like jalapeno peppers. And I'm going to use probably about 1/2 cup of jalapenos, and then I'm going to put some slices over the top after I get my cheese put on the top of the casserole. So I'm going to wash these real quick. All right, I'm probably going to use all these jalapeno peppers. And I always take out the seeds and the white pith because that's where the real heat is. Although sometimes the peppers are really hot even when you take all this out. And the way you can tell if they're gonna be really hot is when you smell the jalapenos and they kind of make you feel like you need to cough. That's happening. So these are probably gonna be pretty hot, which is good because that's how I like them. All right, so let me get these chopped up and then I'll be back in just a couple minutes. All right, so I'm gonna take one of the jalapenos and I'm just gonna slice it into kind of little half moons because those are gonna go on the top of my casserole. And the rest of them I'm actually gonna chop up. So in addition to my jalapeno peppers, I'm adding some green onion tops. These are out of my garden. All right, so we're gonna throw all this into a bowl. I'm gonna add my chicken and my cream cheese. And then I'm gonna add my green onions and my jalapenos. It says also to add 1 cup of shredded cheese. I'm actually gonna use some sharp cheddar. And then we're going to be adding some garlic powder. It says 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder. All right, then we're going to give that a really good mix. So let's just give that a good stir or mix or whatever you want to call it. Sure does smell good. It smells just like a jalapeno popper. Boy, oh boy. Okay, that's about the consistency I think it should be. You want it really mixed up good. All right. Now I'm going to use a pie tin. It doesn't say to spray it, but I'm going to use a little bit of spray anyway. And all I'm going to do is put this mixture right into my pie tin. Just like this. I'm just going to flatten it out. All right, now I'm just going to put my jalapenos right over the top of this. And we're going to bake this in a preheated oven at 350 degrees for 20 to 25 minutes. And I'm going to show you how I'm going to serve that. So I think there's a lot of ways that you can serve this as a dinner or an appetizer or what have you. I'm having it tonight for dinner, and I'm just going to be serving it with some raw broccoli. And I'm going to use the jalapeno popper casserole more as a dip instead of a casserole. And I think it's going to come out really good and really delicious. And let's get this all cleaned up. I've washed my broccoli. All I'm doing is just cutting it into little dippable spears, just like this, kind of draining it until my casserole's done. And I think this is going to be a really delicious dinner. This is a recipe I haven't tried before on Trim Healthy Mama. So this will be the first time trying this recipe, and it just sounded so good when I read it. And I realized I've kind of got into a rut of making the same recipes over and over, and the reason I do it is because I enjoy them, but I think just to keep things fun, since I am on the second leg of my journey on this diet, I'm trying to come up with more ideas just to be eating different kinds of recipes and trying different kinds of foods and seeing other things that I like just as well. The other thing I have in mind is that I'm also going to be going on maintenance probably within the next 6 months, and so I'm going to have to find things that I can do that I really like. I don't want to feel like I'm dieting the rest of my life. And I think that's the one thing about this program is there's just so much variety. I haven't really felt like that. So anyway, I think the program's worked good so far. I'm just gonna keep working on trying to make it interesting and exciting. Well, my jalapeno popper chicken casserole came out amazing. It's thick and gooey and delicious, and I'm serving it with some fresh broccoli, and it is going to be so good. Let's give it a try. All right, I got to be careful. I don't want to burn myself because this just came out of the oven. I can see the steam. I better take a little bit off so I don't burn my mouth. All right. Mmm. Whoa. Mmm. Mmm. Wow. Mmm. That is so good. Just the right amount of spice. Delicious. You've got to give this a try. Jalapeno popper casserole. I'm using mine as more of a dip, and it is good. So thanks for joining me today. I hope that this was entertaining. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to link the recipe down in the description below. Give it a try if you like something a little spicy, if you like jalapeno poppers. This is a good recipe. So thanks for joining me. Please subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Give me a like, a thumbs up, or ring that bell for future notifications, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.